Sure. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time to be here. We appreciate your interest and appreciate your time having a look at our product. Like Mark mentioned, my name is Zee Munir. I am with OneScreen and I am at their corporate headquarters here in San Diego. And I want to show you this system, which is our flagship product for classrooms, a smart classroom solution. So let me tell you a little bit about OneScreen before I tell you about the product, because you may not have heard about the company. The company is headquartered in San Diego, and it is about 65 years old or so. We have offices in about 8 countries. We have distribution in 32. And this product that you are seeing, we started building it about 12 years back. And the product that we have right now, this is called a TL6. And 6 means this is like a 6th generation smartboard, you could say, touchscreen collaboration system, you could say. This is one of our products. Other than that, OneScreen makes LED video walls, which are display solutions, digital display solutions. We make entryway management systems. These are like a device that you may have seen in COVID. You walk up to it, it can take your body temperature, tell you whether you are sick or if you're running a fever or not, that sort of a device. Then we also make some security cameras and so on. But these touch screens have been our main product for about 10, 12 years now. OneScreen is a full service, vertically integrated technology company. That means that we build our hardware. We also have a strong software house that builds all the software that I'm going to show you here as well. And then, of course, we have the ability to add value-added services on it as well. So let's start with this TL6 product. We position it as an all-in-one classroom technology solution. As you can see, this looks like a flat panel TV. This size is a 75-inch screen, and the sizes are measured diagonally. These come in 4 sizes, 65 inches, 75 inches, 86 inches, and also 98 inches. 98 inches is generally custom developed and it's rare. Normally in schools, classrooms, 75 inches or 86 inches, those are the most popular sizes. And as you can see, this looks like a flat panel TV. So there are bright colors. This is 4K, ultra high definition, high resolution screen. There are 2 speakers in front of it, so very suitable for using all sort of multimedia content on it as well. And then this is a touch screen, so I can just touch and interact on it. I could, it supports 20 points of touch, so I could just be writing on any content that I'm seeing on the screen with my hands, or I could pull up these dummy stylus pens. These are magnetic, so they stick in front of the screen, but no electronics in it. And you can be using that to write on the board as well. I can be, I think the pen thickness is maybe less here, so you may not be able to see it clearly. So I can be writing on any content that I'm seeing on the screen, or I could just flip the switch here and go into the whiteboard mode and be writing on the whiteboard with my hands or with the pens as well. This is an infinitely large whiteboard in the sense that I can actually make it smaller, larger, move it up or down, select some content. Maybe I want to select this and then just erase it or slide the whole thing to erase that and so. And so I can very easily switch between the whiteboard mode and the content that you are working on. So in the classroom environment, of course, that means that the teacher can be teaching on whatever content she's working on and then can also go in the whiteboard mode. The reason why I'm able to do these things, it is because the system on its own is like a large tablet. It comes with the Android processor built in. So when you put it on, This really is a large tablet on the wall that runs on the Android operating system. And that means that anything that you can download from the Google Play Store, you can download on it and use it. So the schools would generally have, for example, Google Drive, Google Classroom, YouTube. So it comes with some of the applications pre-installed, but you have the option of downloading any application that you may want from the Google Play Store and use it here. This interface that you are seeing, this is like the home screen on it. So when you put it on, this is how it comes on. On its own, this is Android, but you also have the option of having a built-in PC here as well. So if I click in the middle here, right now it also has that small PC that goes in at the back, and now I'm in that Windows mode, which means now I can do anything that anybody could do on a standard Windows-based computer as well. This is the annotation software that came out. So again, very easy to switch between the two modes. I could use it as an Android tablet, or I could use it as a PC as well. The big advantage of that is, first of all, when you put it on, there isn't a learning curve. It does not have any other proprietary operating system. That means if you know how to use a tablet, you know how to use it as well. Similarly, if you know how to use a Windows-based computer, you know how to use it as well. Nothing really to learn. The other advantage is that because this is just standard Android and standard Windows system, that means any software that you are used to using, either on your tablets or on your PCs, you can use over here as well. Even though we provide you a lot of software, but you are not forced to just use our software. Whichever software you are using on your systems, you will be able to use it directly on this as well. Yeah, so that's the basic system, runs on Android. The large touchscreen comes with these pens, also comes with extendable wands as well. And then you can have an option to have a built-in PC here. At times, people also get these wireless keyboards with them that you may like to use. And if you're going to be using it for any sort of distance and blended learning applications, you may also like to get a camera with it as well. So right now you can see there is a camera on top of it, and this can be used for any sort of distance and blended learning applications. You can also see that I'm using another camera which is in front of me, and that is one of the powerful features here. This is a very powerful system that allows you to create a virtual classroom experience as well. In fact, I can connect up to 9 different cameras. If you wanted to capture the teacher from various different angles, maybe get something which is on the wall, maybe have somebody look at the teacher, the other camera capturing the classroom, all of those things are possible in the system as well. Yeah, so that's about the basic hardware. Now let's look at what's on the screen here. On the screen in the middle, what you are seeing is that built-in PC. Let's say you don't want to use that PC. You also have an option of connecting your own PC as well. Or maybe you are a Mac-based school. You have an option to connect your MacBook to the system as well, and it will work just as fine. There is an HDMI cable that comes with it, and that is used to transfer the content. There is also a USB touch cable that comes with it as well. So if the teacher wants to use her own laptop or MacBook, she will be connecting the system with these 2 cables, the HDMI cable and the USB touch cable. The effect is the same as if you had the built-in PC, because it would you would have that touch functionality and be able to control that system. What is more powerful is that the system also has something that's called eShare. And this is what allows for wireless content sharing as well, so that the teachers do not have to connect their computer through cables. They can also wirelessly communicate with it as well. The system comes with this eShare server. So let's say I'm a teacher, this is my computer, and maybe I'm sitting somewhere and want to be projecting on the screen. Super easy to do that. I am going to share my content from the screen up there as well. I can be working on that content from the screen here, like from my computer. And this could be a MacBook, this could be a Windows-based system, it could be any sort of device. What I can also do is that I can leave my computer there and just come up here and be writing on it as well. So I can wirelessly project to the screen. Another feature that it supports is that it's not just one screen that can project to it. It allows for multicasting and allows for up to 9 screens to be casted to the screen at the same time. So let's say the teacher has given an assignment to the students. Now she wants them to show their work so that she can tell them what's the right way of doing something. I'm going to project from my iPhone here just to show you that it can be any sort of device. It could be a PC, could be a MacBook, could be a tablet, could be an iPad, could be a Chromebook. And you can now see that my phone is up there as well. So the teacher has an option of having multiple devices project up to the screen, and then she has an option to maybe go and write to them as to what is the right way of doing things, how they should have done it or not. So explain it to the teacher, to the students as well. So very powerful feature, allows you to have multiple students project to the screen at the same time. What I can also do is, let's say I have 9 students showing their work up here on the screen. Maybe I want to focus on this one for the time being. So I make that bigger. Or maybe I want to focus on this one for the time being. I can make that bigger as well. Go back to the smaller screen, and that's how it will be. So eShare, which is a wireless content sharing, it supports casting to the screen. It also supports mirroring back on student devices as well. So let's say what's up on the screen is maybe too small and the students at the back cannot see it clearly. Or maybe there are some students with some vision disabilities or so. What you can very easily do is also mirror that content upon this device as well. So now it is up here on the screen. Right? Whatever I change over here, you should be able to see, they should be able to see it right on their screen as well. The teacher also has the ability of allowing the students to be interacting on the screen. Now you can see that I'm writing on this device, which could be an iPad, which could be a Chromebook, and it is writing up here on the screen. Again, a very powerful collaboration solution, because the teacher can have this one thing up on the screen and can have multiple students work on that assignment together. This is a webinar, so I don't get to ask you if you have any questions, but please do write any questions that you have, and I would love to address them as we go as well. Any questions that anybody would like to know about what I just showed you in terms of wireless content sharing?
No questions in the chat yet, but I'm.
Okay. So then we shall move on. If there are any other people who have joined in, let's give them an intro again a little bit. So this is Catholic Purchasing Group, Staples, and One Screen, and these are demo days where we are demonstrating our product called TL6, which is a classroom technology solution. It is a system that allows you to collaborate better with students in the class, but also collaborate better with students who may be connecting remotely as well. It can be used as a whiteboard, it can be used as a large tablet, it could be used as a full-fledged system, and comes with very powerful software that those that are all designed to enhance educational effectiveness. So let's get back to the screen that you can runs on Android, also runs on Windows. You can have a built-in PC, or you could connect any other device either through cables or through wireless as well. We say that it supports BYOD or bring your own device system. That means that it could be any sort of device that you are connecting here as well. There may be some students who have the older iPads and some students who may have some newer MacBooks. You could combine their content up on the screen directly as well. So that's the basic system, and you can see there is like YouTube here. If the teacher wants to play any videos there, there is Chrome here. There is access to the Google Play Store here, and those sort of things. Let us now go into what are the software components that come with the screen that really make it powerful. So I'm going to go into the Windows mode, and I think what may be useful is for me to share my screen so that you can see it all better. So let me share my screen here. Okay, Mark, are you able to see my screen?
I can see your screen now. That's great.
Okay. So let's start with the various different softwares that come with this screen. This software that you are seeing, it's called One Screen Navigate, and this is generally the central launchpad from where the teacher can select what is it that she wants to do. So there is this circle here. I just showed you the wireless presentation part of it, and I'm going to show you these other softwares here as well. What is very important on this screen really is this Guru button that you are seeing over here. And that's one of our truly differentiating features as compared to anything else that you may have seen in the market. And so normally what happens in classrooms is you bring this new technology in there in the classroom. Not everybody knows how to use it. Some people may be a little bit intimidated and so on. At times something is not working, maybe it's not coming on, maybe the volume is some sort of a problem, right? And then what does the teacher do? She may be trying to get hold of an IT person to come and help her, maybe calling the office, maybe going out trying to get an IT person, and at times even eventually gives up on using technology and just moves on with the class. What we have done is that we have built in that IT support right into the screen. So this Guru button that you are seeing here, it gives you access to Gurus in English, also in Spanish, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. They are accessible with one click. So this is on-demand, one-click access to technical support. It is also access to training as well. So maybe the teacher doesn't know how to use it well. What she can do is earlier in the morning, have a training session with a Guru. And you would see this Guru button just everywhere. You see this Guru button here as well. I can go and just click on it. It is going to connect me to a technical support engineer. These are not customer support people. These are technical support engineers who are trained to provide you training, who are trained to maybe have take remote access of the screen and solve your problem if you run into any problems. And you see one of the Gurus has just come up over here. And the camera that we are using is actually the camera up here. I will reach back to you again, Guru. Let me end up here. But this is something that I know that our customers value the most. It is because these Gurus can be used for, over time, making your teachers more tech savvy. So of course you can schedule a call with them when you get these systems. Of course, there are trainings that are scheduled with the teachers, and training is always free of cost and accessible to you right from the device as well. It also gives you an opportunity to have arrange for those micro learning opportunities. Maybe the teacher just wants to see how will I do a live quiz in the class or so. All she has to do is to go and click on that Guru button and talk to that person, just a 5-minute call or so. Many of our schools use the Guru service as a professional development tool for their teachers, so that over time they become more tech savvy and can use these tools and so on. That comes with the board. It is free for the life of the system. Any training that's remote is provided by the online Guru team, is always free and accessible to the schools. And so again, coming back to this Navigate software, which is your central launchpad, that is where your Guru resides as well. A Guru is assigned to each of the schools, and when you call them, they will know who you are and be able to answer your questions and provide you training as well. So now let's go and look at some of the other softwares that are here. Of course, the most important thing that you would like to be doing here is to use the whiteboarding and annotation software. I showed you that simple whiteboard there, but we have a very powerful whiteboarding software that comes here as well, which has lots of tools, even subject-specific tools that you may like to use. I can, for example, just use the normal pen, but I would have a lot more control on the colors and the types and those sort of things. There is also like handwriting recognition here. I could be writing something freehand and converts it into text. I could move it around. I could also connect up to 6 different search engines here. Maybe hello is the new concept that the teacher is teaching in the class. I could go and look up what hello is in Wikipedia or anywhere else, any other 6 search engines you can attach it with, and maybe bring some content back from here into the screen. There is also, and again, this is like an infinitely large whiteboard, so you can make more space on it. You can make these smaller. You could add more pages. And the good thing about it is I'm going to add another page here, use a multi-pen thing, so I can again be using multiple, can write with multiple pens or have. What I can also do is I can divide the screen in sections and maybe give the students some tasks to work on. These are the 2 students who come in at your head, right over there. I could even divide it into 3 sections or so. That is something that at times schools like to do. Everything that I'm working on gets saved as slides. And that means that the students can be paying attention to the teacher rather than trying to take notes in the class. And that's a powerful feature as well. I can be writing on a whiteboard, or I can use the toggle button and go into the desktop mode. Maybe I wanted to write something on this thing, right? What I can do is that I can capture that, bring it here, and be writing on that. Obviously, I should change the color here, so I can be writing on it, and you would see that this also gets saved as a slide. So you are able to annotate on any content here. Another thing that teachers like to use is that this is fully integrated with Google Images and the search engines. Let's say I want to bring a certain image and then be working on it. So maybe that's too small. I want to bring this frog anatomy thing and be working on the content here, right? Label this or working on that. That's also a powerful feature that teachers like to use. One of the other really powerful features here is that it allows you to record whatever you are doing in the class as well. I can enable audio here. And so whatever is happening on the screen, I can record it as a short video. Teachers can send that video to the students who may have missed the class. And of course, it helps those students catch up in an easier way. So yeah, that's the whiteboarding and annotation software. Again, it has lots of tools for various different subjects as well. For example, I want to use, let's say I'm working on some math thing. I could be using a math tool as well. So a lot to learn over there and that teachers can use. So that's our second software, the whiteboarding and annotation software that you can use. One other software that comes as part of the package, it's called Zuni Learning. And basically, it provides you educational content that you can use in the class. It is a browser-based platform, so I can go in the browser, sign in, and in fact, with this screen, what you are getting are is 2 teacher licenses and 40 student licenses as well. So let's say I'm a teacher who is teaching 3rd grade, maybe I'm teaching literacy, and maybe I want to teach adjectives in the class. So just in 3 clicks, what you can see is that I have access to lots of resources these are open educational resources, but these have been vetted, these have been gone through and then put in this system. So we start with about 65,000 or so resources that you can start with. And now you can see these are lesson ideas, these are print materials, could be videos and visuals. And I can go and select any of those resources that I like. I can share it with my whole class. I can share it with just one student who may need help with adjectives. I can integrate it with my Google Classroom if you're using Google Classroom and share it with the whole Google Classroom as well. Let's say you already have some resource that you think is excellent for teaching adjectives in the class. What you can do is that you can also, that's your garden, every teacher's garden, you can go and upload content. You can then share it with other teachers in the school. You can share it with other schools in your system and so on. And over time, you can start building this knowledge repository that you can standardize in your school. So that all the teachers have access to that excellent resource that you have found. So very powerful software. Combines everything that you maybe want to assign to students. When the students log in, they would be able to see which teacher has assigned them what content, which resources and so on. They are also able to share some resources with the teacher so that the teacher can see whether she would like to share it with others or not. So this Zuni software also comes with the screen. It is currently content heavy for like the primary school and the middle school. As you go into like the 9th grade, 10th grade, the resources, they thin out a little bit because computer science resources are fewer and so on. But especially for primary school and secondary school, you have lots of resources to start with. Another simple thing, but very powerful, is that let's say you pick out a video in Zuni Learning that you want to share in the class for teaching adjectives or anything. That video will play in SafeTube and not in YouTube, and that means there cannot be any inappropriate ads there also. So these are the sort of things that have all been designed for that educational content and so on. So Zuni Learning comes as part of the package as well. Let's have a look at one other software that's very powerful and comes with the screen. It's our distance and blended learning software. It's called One Screen High. And it works similar to Microsoft Teams or Zoom or Google Meet, and many schools may be using some other system that they are already used to. So the great thing is you can continue to use those systems, right? Because it's a standard PC. If you're using Google Meet, it would work on it as well. You can see this webinar. This is on Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams works very well on it as well. But we also provide you this distance and blended learning platform that has some more advanced features that you can get. For example, one of those features is that you can build communities. So you can have, let's say, grade 5 English or the whole, which can have like maybe 20 students, all of them there. With one click, you can make a call out to all those students. The students can be joining from their Chromebook, from their PC, even from iPads or phones or any system. When you make a call out, it actually rings on their system. What does it do? Normally, when there is an online class, the teacher starts the class, then waits for every student to join in, right? The first 10 minutes are just lost in that. What this allows you to do is to make a call out so it actually rings on time on their system and they can join and the class starts on time. Just a very simple thing, but it's added over here. Some of the other powerful features that we have over here, one of those is this multiple camera support. Like I told you earlier, this is a system that can allow you to connect up to 9 different cameras, so you can really create a virtual classroom experience over here. Let me actually call it Guru here so that I can show you some of the features. He can join the class as well. So just imagine the power. You are running a class and maybe you run into any trouble. You have access to a Guru right from the software that you are using over here. If they don't pick up, they pick up. At times they don't pick up my call, but they will pick up your call. And if they don't pick up your call, they should call you back in the next couple of minutes if they are busy. Hi, David. We are in a demo. I just want to share some of the features here. I can have a shared whiteboard that I can be working on with the students. Let's say I want to play a game with David. So David should be able to write on it as well. Let me change my color or he can change his color so that, did I not change my color? Yeah, I can change my color. So, he wants to win very quickly. But anyway, I can share this whiteboard here. Live quizzing is built in here. So I can ask a question. Maybe I can have like a PowerPoint with some questions and answers, possible MOQs, and I can ask those in the class. How cool is Touchscreen? And then I start that poll. David will be able to answer it, or any number of students who are in the class are able to answer these as well. David, in case you have forgotten, we are super cool. So I expect an A there. No one answered. When you do this poll, you are able to see who answered what, and this can also then be downloaded as a report. That means the teacher can do a live quiz in the class and then grade students on those as well. So quiz is built in here as well. What I can also do is, of course, like other systems, I can share my screen here. And then what is powerful here is that I can also give control to a student. And it is the same as if, let's say, I am working on the board in the class, and then I ask a student to come and do something on the screen. The same thing we can do in this system as well, that I have now transferred control to David, and he should be able to do to access the system and do something. And at times, in certain schools, maybe it's the teacher's assistant who starts the class and then transfers control to a teacher who may like to, you can see there's a hand that's moving. It is David. David, can you go and write something on the whiteboard in the whiteboarding software? Yeah. Yeah. So he has control, but now because I'm the teacher, I can take that control back from David as well. So now I have taken that control back. I can also stop sharing this screen as well. So very powerful features here. It's interesting that there is live transcription and translation built in as well, especially if you have some multilingual students. I could select what language am I speaking in. I could translate it in up to 3 languages at the same time as well. This works just like subtitles would work on a TV. So now you see it says transcript enabled, try speaking into the microphone, and it will, if I keep going on, it is thinking that I'm speaking one long sentence, but it will catch up, right? I can go and see this in Chinese, I can download this whole transcript of my lesson, maybe send it to some parents who may like to help their students at home, those sort of things. So very powerful software. Distance and blended learning comes as part of the package as well. Thank you, David. I'll let you go. Yeah, sure. Bye-bye. Yeah, so that's also a software that comes with this screen. I apologize if I'm overwhelming you with a lot of information. I just wanted to show you some of the features that maybe can be useful in the class. That doesn't mean that you have to use all those features. It is just that you start with the simplest of applications, but there are these things that you can later on incorporate in your teaching methodology, because these products have been made after a lot of research into what results in enhancing educational effectiveness, improving learning outcomes, those sort of things. And but you will have access to all of those. It just comes as part of the standard package here. One other thing that I want to show you, so I showed you some of the features which are really relevant and useful for the teachers. We also have some tools that are very useful for the administrators, maybe the principals, maybe the technology director also. It comes with a software called OneScreen Central, and these are all one-screen softwares, and which is a very powerful thing, because at times you can, what you would see in the classroom is various different products, services, software coming from various different companies. At times they don't work together well. For example, you may have polling devices, they don't work with your smart board or so. Our strength is that we bring you all of these softwares and hardware, all coming from the same company, all serviced by that same guru, so that so as to make it easy for you. So this OneScreen Central software that comes with the screen, it allows the principal or the technology director to have access to and to be able to control all of these screens. Maybe there are 200 classrooms that you are going to put these screens in. To be able to control them from your office through a browser, that's the power of it. So for example, right now you can see I have 16 devices in my system. And I can go and see these devices, what's the memory situation, what's the storage situation, what are some apps that are installed here. Maybe I want to install a new software there. Maybe I want to set up policies that the students should not be able to fiddle with it, maybe not be able to download anything that's not authorized and so on. There is also advanced messaging here. At times, what schools would do is the principal in the morning wants to send a message, a motivating message to all the classrooms. She can do it directly from here. She doesn't have to do a message separately for all the classrooms. It is that she shows up on the screen and is able to send those messages. So very powerful software that provides you access to all of those screens. I can look at one of those devices at a time, or I could select multiple of them. Let's say you want to upgrade Windows 10 to Windows 11. And on all these classes, normally it would be a nightmare because you have to send a person in each of the classes to do that. What you would be able to do from here is to be able to handle all of that from your browser. That also comes as part of the package here. So let me recap a little bit. OneScreen, the product that we are offering, let me stop sharing my screen. I do want to leave some time for questions. So let me stop sharing my screen here. So basically what we are bringing to you, Catholic purchasing group, Staples, and OneScreen, what we are together bringing to you is our TL6 solution that comes as a package of hardware, software, and support. So when you get it, you get the basic hardware that I showed you. You also get all the software with 2 teacher licenses and 40 student licenses. And then you also get the support, which is our guru here. for the life of the product. It all comes together as one package and offers you a very powerful solution. Let's see if there are any questions. Mark, are there any questions?
Yes, we've got one.
Yes.
We want to, a guest wants to know, does this work with students with Chromebooks?
Exactly, yes. This is a technology agnostic platform, and that means it can be any sort of platform. Can be Chromebook, the students can be using Chromebooks, the students can be using iPads, they could be using Windows-based system, it would work seamlessly with it. Like I just showed you, I was able to share my screen from my iPhone. Similarly, they would be able to share their screen from their Chromebook as well. So the eShare software comes pre-installed on the screen. Anybody else who has to share or connect to the screen will need to download the eShare software. And so that is done the first time they have to do it. So once they have installed it, then they can very easily share every time. You can go, all they have to do is to go to eShare.app and then download the software for Chrome or MacBook or any platform that they are using. But it integrates seamlessly with Chromebooks. I saw another question come up.
That's right. Our guests would like to know, can you review again exactly what comes in the entire package when they buy a one screen?
Okay, so great question. What comes in the package is hardware, software, support. Hardware is this touchscreen, and you have the option that in that hardware you can include the built-in PC, you can include the keyboard, you can include the camera, you can also include the mobile cart. If you don't want to install it on the wall, there are mobile carts as well. So that's the hardware component. Then there is software, and there is software for whiteboarding and annotation. There is software for educational content, which is Zuni learning. There is software for distance and blended learning, which is called One Screen Hype. There is software for centralized control of all these devices. It is called One Screen Central. All of these softwares come as part of the package, included in the package. You get the software licenses for 1 year. So there are some softwares which have perpetual licenses. So for example, whiteboarding and annotation, multicasting, those sort of things, they are just built into the screen. So when you buy it, you have it forever. You can always use it. But there are some softwares which have renewable licenses. It is because those are cloud-based services. So for example, distance and blended learning, which is Hype, which works like Microsoft Teams or Zoom. Just like you need to have an account for Microsoft Teams or Zoom, similarly, you need to have an account for that. Those licenses are generally given for free for 1 year, and after that, you have to renew those licenses. So One Screen Hype, which is our distance and blended learning software, One Screen Zuni, which is all the educational content. These are based on renewable licenses. You have to renew them after a year. And generally what you would do is renew the bundle for the whole 2 teachers and 40 licenses for the whole year. Very affordable, comes as whole package, but you renew after the first year. That's the software. Third component of that package is the support. And support is always free and accessible through this Guru button here. On demand, one-click access to technical support, training. You can schedule those trainings or you could just get them on demand. That is free for the life of the product. That also comes as part of the package.
And Zee, Catherine Shell O'Hara at Catholic Purchasing Services wanted to remind everyone that everything through Catholic Purchasing Services is on invoice. There's no money up front. So that's one great reason for working with this organization. And also, can you tell the people a little about subscription?
Sure. So thank you, Mark, for saying that it's on invoice. And what really that means is that you have an option to try it out and see how it works for you, and so on, as well. One other thing that I want to point out before we go into the subscription model as well is that Catholic Purchasing Group has been able to negotiate this special discount for you guys. And so anybody who is attending these demo days, we are extending an offer of a 10% discount on any orders that would come following these demos. And I would like you to take a pen and a pencil. I'm going to give you that code, because if you send in a request for purchase or so, you should use that code in your request, and that would get you that 10% discount. The code, Mark, can you remind us what that code is?
It's Demo Days 10. DEMODAYS 10. And I just put it in the chat for everyone.
Okay, wonderful. So that's like a coupon code for you if you would like to test out these systems. That's the code that you're going to use that would get you the discount. Now, going to that subscription model, we offer two ways of how these products can be purchased. One is you just, like I said, you can purchase it. There is that package. Some of the software has perpetual licenses. Some of the software have renewable licenses. Maybe you don't want those renewable licenses. Maybe you already are using Zoom, or maybe you are already using Google Meet. So you don't need to renew those licenses, but those softwares are there. If you would like to use them after a year, you would need to renew the license for it. So that's one model. We offer another program. It's called One Screen Subscription. And the way it works is that you don't have to make that upfront payment to get our devices. It works more like a service, just like you would sign up for your telephone service or maybe the dish service or so. So basically you pay a monthly fee for using these systems. You get all the software in it forever if you are on the subscription program. You get all the hardware for free with that subscription as well. So you don't really pay for that hardware. You are only paying for that subscription. And then it comes with the advanced hardware replacement warranty. That means if anything ever goes wrong with the screen, we will replace it for you without any cost to you as well. The normal standard warranty is 3 years as well, but subscription is advanced hardware replacement warranty. That means an instant replacement if something is not working. And then the most powerful thing in that subscription program is that there is a free hardware upgrade built into that program. That means if you keep these devices on subscription for 3 years, you become eligible for a hardware upgrade without an upgrade cost. So that means, let's say you have like the iPhone 10 and then the iPhone 12 comes out. As long as you are on that monthly plan, every 3 years, your older model is replaced with the newer one without an upgrade cost to you. And that's very powerful because that means that you will always have the cutting edge, most latest equipment, access to software, and will never be stuck with any obsolete technology. So that's one of our programs that's very powerful and especially popular with the private schools and Catholic schools and so on, so that you may like to consider as well. Okay, let me repeat that discount thing for you as well. This discount is available for the whole month of March, and this is Catholic Purchasing Group bringing you that discount. Any of the orders that come in the month of March as a result of these demo days, you can utilize it by using the code DEMODAYS10.
On just one clarification, the hardware upgrade, is it limited to one every 3 years for a total of 3 upgrades? No.
No, it is not limited. So 3 upgrades would mean that you have that subscription for like 9 years, because in 3 years, you get the newer model. In the next 3 years, you get the newer model. It is, if you are going to go for like 12 years, 15 years, you will keep getting the latest model. Like I told you, these are like the TL6 models, the 6th generation's models. In 3 years, we may have a T8. So your T6 is replaced with the T8 in 3 years. Maybe in another 3 years, there is a T10. So it gets replaced by that. So for the life of your subscription, every 3 years, your unit gets replaced with the newer one without an upgrade cost to you.
That's great. We're coming up on an hour here, so if there's no other questions, we encourage you to get a hold of Mary Shell O'Hara with any questions, or contact us here at OneScreen. We're always ready to answer. And
I think we have also provided them contact for Tim Weaver at Staples, who is also our partner in bringing you this offer.
right, so contact Tim, Mary, Zee. We're all here to answer your questions. I think that's it.
Any other
The
questions?
discount
We have
code
4
demo
minutes
day.
left. I
One
would
more
be
thing.
happy. Sorry, Mark, say that again.
One more thing. We are going to be mailing out a copy of this video of the recorded webinar out to your email. So if you know anyone else that wants to watch it, you can share this video with them. And we're having another demo in 3 hours and another in 6 hours, and then we're doing the same thing tomorrow. Anything else, Zee?
No, I truly would like to thank all of you for being here and taking interest in our project. We do want to bring you the best that technology has to offer for enhancing the educational effectiveness in your schools. And so it's a pleasure to have you all here. We look forward to providing you more information if needed. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good afternoon.
Sure. Bye-bye.